Hello, my friends. I'm just lighting some incense for us. We are opening today's reading for the invitation of joy, peace, abundance, ease, gentleness, grace, purity. That one's a tricky one, isn't it? So I'm offering this reading to anybody who is wanting to call in those things. My name is Susanna Sun. This is Love with Sun. This is my first reading of this sort, but I felt called. This is a warrior woman beside me and some rosemary to clear us. I also have this little flower that I found and some incense. So today we are using the Rose Oracle deck. There we go. I was gifted this by a dear friend, Sasha, and I have looked through it a couple times. It's beautiful. My name, Susanna, is meaning rose or lily, so I have, or lotus if it's from the Egyptian root of the name, which is a thing for me. So here we are with the Rose Oracle deck to try it out for the collective for the first time. Divine Feminines, welcome, 122 on the clock. Here is the Rose Oracle attunement from the deck. Mother Rose, you who were present long before we, and you who will continue after we're gone, bless this oracle and all who use it. May it be a gateway for all to return to ourselves, the earth, and each other. May our connection with the voice of our soul be made stronger with every use. May all who touch it feel cherished, held, loved, softened, and seen. May it deliver insight, understanding, compassion, and guidance that's in the highest interest of all beings, past, present, and future. Excuse me. I'm going to read that last one again. May it deliver insight, understanding, compassion, and guidance that's in the highest interest of all beings, past, present, and future. When I'm holding space for another, help me to step out of the way and invite others to connect with the wisdom that exists deep within them. Guide me and all who use it to embrace our ever-changing true nature and the seasons of our lives with compassion, understanding, and grace. Show us how we can plant ourselves here more deeply than ever before. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So mental health has been coming up lately. The topic of depression, anxiety, labeled bipolar, schizophrenic. So today I would love to invite in the version of reality in which we are healthy, we are whole, we know that we are divine beings, and that the only thing that can disconnect us is ourselves. This is called willpower, labeled willpower. It means that we have the choice. We create our realities. Yes? Okay, so I have 3 cards. I have for what is present right now. I have for our vision moving forward. And then on top of our vision moving forward is some information about how that is going to go about. Where we are right now, the intention in this card is to show us a little bit more, maybe to open up what might be a blind spot. And we have after the rain, which I saw when I was grabbing the deck from my shelf, was on the bottom of the deck. Actually, I had cut it, and it was this one. after the rain. And do you see the rainbow, which is one of my symbols? My aura, I specifically meditate and work with rainbow light through the diamond ray. Has many colors, it has every color, but it shows mostly as white. Silver lining, relief, hope, mercy, it's over, acceptance. So that's where we're at right now. And it is a huge relief. Letting go of the things that we have been releasing was extremely challenging only because we had built up a story about it. And that story created a loop that we were stuck in. So we hold ourselves in this cage of our own creation, not even realizing that we're doing that. And when we finally realize that we're looping, then is when we finally break the cycle and we get to live in a different reality. The topic of realities comes up in regards to heaven on earth, our ability to create reality to match our fantasy world, our inner world being the more real world, this physical world being a reflection, in comparison, a dream. And this is what we talk about, lucidity and awakening. That's where that comes from. It's realizing that this is a dream. This is something we are waking up from, and we have alternate realities that we originate from. The rain, of course, symbolizes the mother. Yes? In Tibetan Buddhism, the heart chakra is white, and the crown chakra, the third eye actually, is blue and symbolizes water. Water, ether. Water, mother energy. Ether, endless possibility energy. Right? So rainbows require those two things. After the rain, yes, we've got water. We've got the air, the endless open air expansiveness universe that can create this fractal visionary experience of rainbow, right? We are talking about our third eye development. Yeah, so water energy, do you see that? I see it almost like a magnifying glass or a telescope when you understand water energy as medicine. You can look through it, and like a bubble of water, you see a different reality there. We also call it scrying in water to see what's there. So this card is telling me about our ability to look into reality and to find a new awareness and to recreate, revise, and consciously choose what we are going to experience and what we experienced from the past as well. Now, I do want to notice is upside down. So the rainbow is actually upright, but the card is upside down. And it's also fire. You see the triangle? That's fire. So we have the sun as an essential component, right? The sun is the fire element. Now, we can anchor ourselves to the sun through the navel center. Yeah, this is the Kundalini yoga style umbilical cord to the sun. Oh, there you go. Yes, exactly like that. Boom, right? We have a direct connection on an etheric level to the sun. These are star seeds. That means we originated from source. We are source. We hold source energy inside of us. We are children of God. However you wish to say it, you are embodying divine feminine energy. That's what this means. The fire energy is it can also be called twin flame. Some people love that word. Some people hate it. But to connect ourselves from our umbilical cord to the sun, the solar energy, and then to have water with that creates this effect of a fractal rainbow. Yeah. Rainbow has many symbolisms, of course, but I feel that its primary piece is joy. Yeah? The rainbow symbolizes joy. So we're upside down facing joy. We're like, we know it's there, but sometimes we're still kind of flipping around. And that's okay. No, it's kind of like a child in a roller coaster, you know? That's part of what we experience on this human realm, is this wide array of emotional richness. And it creates, chaos sometimes, which is after a storm comes the rainbow. Okay, so where are we going? It's beautiful. Temple of the Rose, ancient power, expression, activation, scarlet codes. Also fire energy. So yes, temple. Temple is a specific word because it relates to the ancient goddess temples. And you see that these are women. Scarlet codes refers to the rose codes. And these are related with Mary Magdalene. Then the lineage that she is trained under of tantric yoga, you could call it, means of energetically and physically moving the energy through the body in order to retain sacred life force energy and how to transmute this. So this is high magic, divine sexual alchemy. These are the temple mysteries of the ancient medicine keepers. Okay, I'll show you that one again. And dancing is definitely part of this. The actual physical rose is a part of this. So is the lotus. These flowers were part of the rituals of the ancient feminine mystery arts. And they still are. So if you have rose resistance, which I used to feel, well, yes, can be part of the resistance to embracing our femininity. And this comes to the conversation about the masculinization of women that has become so part of our culture, because I am there often comfortably. There's nothing wrong with being in a masculine state and a feminine body, or any of the other expressions that are flowing. It's beautiful to express yourself and to explore. And with the rose, we specifically are exploring this feminine energy. So the temple, it gives us a sacredness to the experience. The temple is showing us that we are divinity, that there is a awe and reverence deserved to ourselves. And this is how we attract joy and abundance and confidence, because we know where we came from, and we know that there's always a home for us in our connection to our source. And this is where we source joy and life force energy, right? And the ancient temples practice how to maintain that energy. You can call this energy hygiene as well, but the word really is alchemy, and that's the ancient reference in that. Okay, so some information that was across here of how we are moving towards the sacred temple. The rose of Venus, of course. And I was talking about Venus in my last video, about how Venus as a translator between the solar deities and ourselves. So this is the Christos mission, the crystalline path. And again, white, similarly to the rainbow card, is activator of the fractal vision. This is a third eye activation. It is also fire energy, which is part of the activation energy. So the fire energy, especially when we're talking about tantric alchemy, is the starter. It is the life force. So the sun is our one of the physical representations of this, where we have life source energy creating life on our physical planet. Now, the rose of Venus specifically, you can see it in the center here. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see it on the camera, but there's a 5-pointed rose in the very center of this bigger rose. And it does this loop kind of thing, yeah, but it has 5 petals, like the wild rose in Canada, in Alberta, where I am. The wild rose is this beautiful little pink flower. I had one here, but I just, I'll show you one. And it has the 5 petals. And that's a Venus symbol because that's the actual literal pattern of Venus around the sun. So there's sacred geometry in here, and this is also similar to angelic frequency, where there are so many different angles. Yeah, angles, angels, fractals, sacred geometry. These are ways of viewing the consciousness. Yeah. It also says alignment, flow, right relationship, and harmony. Oh gosh, and I didn't even see this. Maybe you already did, but right above the rose is a couple in gentle embrace, can I say? And I also see a goddess on the sides here, which is beautiful. So, right relationship, yeah. Okay, so when we're talking about fire energy, we are also talking about passion. We're talking about the sacral center, according to Tibetan Buddhism and my tantric training, is the sacral center that is the fire element. And in that activation, we start the flow of energy, and it can also be physical, of course, and there can be a sexual element to it if you want that. So the version of that is really, how are we allowing, and what are we allowing? And again, when it comes to willpower, we do have the ability to say no. And we are actually required to say no in order to access something that is more aligned with what we want. There's this sort of testing ground that we have to go through where we say no to something that might look really similar to what we want. And parasitic energy does do that. It has the appearance of being something that is symbiotic if you are not trained in how they look to us. So to break out and to be in the state of awareness and oh goodness, they just stopped me. So interesting. So the silver lining piece of this card is also coming out. There is a understanding that everything is working out naturally the way that it is meant to, and that we can relax and rest into our experience of life, that we are here simply to witness and to experience. So there doesn't need to be this efforting that drains us. If you do feel drained, I would recommend to look into some clearing practices, some energetic hygiene, and maybe to look at some leaks in your field, or places where you've placed your trust in somebody else rather than in yourself, where you've looked outside of yourself. Yes. So I would be happy to look at that with you if you are desiring to go deeper with me. And let me know what you think about this type of video. If it works for you, comment, like, share. I so appreciate your feedback. I'm here to serve, and much love. I hope you have a really beautiful day. Goodbye, my friends.